We're going to learn how to time code. So we basically want to know how long it takes for a piece of code to run. So that's still, it's pretty simple, but we're going to spend a little bit of time on it, not too much. It's worth creating a script for. So let's jump right into it. So another relatively simple Python lesson today. We're going to copy this whole example from the right side here. And if you want to get this document on the right side, just check the link in the description. This is our page that goes along with the video. Anyways, so first thing you're going to want to do, import the time library, right? And then, before you run something that you want to time, let's say you want to time the process data function, right? I just put that there as an example. Basically, you would take the time before and the time after, right? So you say time, and then you get the time and assign it to before. Then you say time, call the time function again afterwards and assign it to after, right? So real simple. Then once you've done that, you take you take one time and subtract it from the other. I believe these aren't the right variables. I got to fix these variables. That's not right at all. It's not T1 and T2. So let's after. Let's change this to after and before. I'm gonna probably have to fix that in my document over here too. So subtract one time from the other time, and you have your total there, right? So now this is all fine and great, but process data doesn't actually exist. I'm going to define this in a second, but first let's just put some temporary code here. So let's say print. All right, so this will take like less than a second to run, but just to show you how the code works, right? So Python test. All right, between. So notice this big long number, and it's to the -05. So yeah, it's not just, that's not 4 seconds. Obviously, that was a whole lot faster than that. That's to the -05. I think. Anyways, let's add a sleep function. Time dot sleep. You might remember this function from my last video. But let's say put in 2 seconds. Now this is kind of cheating, adding something that sleeps intentionally, but it'll illustrate what we're doing, and we're going to come up with a slightly better example for this in a bit. But you already basically know the basic technique. If you're looking to time your code, what I've shown you already is basically going to give you what you want. You got your before and your after, whatever you want to time, put it in between here. You can put a function call in there if you want to. That's all you really need to know. The rest of this, I'm kind of just, I guess I'm just kind of driving home the same point and, showing better examples. You could quit watching the video here, to be honest. It's better for me if people just keep watching the video because it gives me better watch times on my video. But anyways, yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Anyways, let's continue on with this example. So let's just write that out, save the file, and let's run this example. So waiting a couple seconds, and there we go, 2. And notice there's not, before I missed, there's the number E here, right? So yeah, so that's a special value. So that's 4 point, a lot of decimal places, E -05. So yeah, anyways, now we don't have that. Now we just have 2 seconds and then a point, 004, etc. So there you go. That's not counting the sleep time. It's 0.004 and a bunch of decimal places. That's how long it takes to just print out the word between and switch between functions and stuff. So that's basically that's how you would do that. While you're watching, feel free to give me a thumbs up for this video. You might want to subscribe for more content that's even more interesting than what you're watching now. But let's see. What I really want to do is there are other ways to time your code too, but you can time an entire script. But before we do that, and you'll see that on the right side here, Actually, if you click the link in the description for this document on the right, this is probably faster just to look at my document than it is to watch this video. Let's see here. So process data. Let's create a function to process data, right? So and I'm not sure what I would actually want to process. I guess to really have it take any amount of time, I need to do some really intense processing. And one thing you might do in a function like this, if you're timing it, you might have some I/O, like read in data from a file or something like that takes time. Actually, what I think we might want to do is we might want to try computing prime numbers. That's one example people use sometimes. Let's take this little bit of code here, and let's just paste this inside the function. So minimize that, and let's paste that in here. I'm gonna want to add some spacing here. All right, so there we go. So our process data function is going to compute prime numbers and print them out, and between 900 and 20,000. So it takes a few seconds, but we'll see how long it takes, because our code is going to tell us exactly how long that function takes to run. So we can actually remove this sleep function and the between, right? So now we're only going to be timing process data. So let's try running this. Computes a bunch of prime numbers, and looks like it took 1.4 seconds to compute prime numbers between 900 and 20,000. So that's pretty nice. Interesting thing. All right, I guess no more prime numbers after 19997 in before 2000. So anyways, what else? We want to let's cover the time it library. So let's see if we can do that. Let's just wipe everything we have here out. And all right, so I believe we're going to have to actually import time it. Let's see if we even have this library. Yes, we do. All right, so that works. Otherwise, we would have an error. So we can time. We're also going to show you how to time a whole script. All right, so we can time we can use time it to time like one expression like this, if you want. So let's save that, and let's just run this. All right, so that doesn't do much unless we actually save the time, I guess. Let's see. X equals print X. All right. So, okay, 0.01 seconds. Okay. So that's that. That's how you would time one expression. And let's see, and tell it to run. So we could tell it to run a bunch of times, right? So you could so the first function, or the first parameter for time it is the expression you want to run. Say if you want to run that expression, you can specify the number of times. So you could say number equals 10. So say if you want let's just see here. Let's run this, and all right, there you go. So to run it 10 times was 7.5 seconds. Oh, sorry, not 7.5 seconds, but it's E minus 07. All right. Any case, let's add a sleep to this, right? Note time and time it are different libraries. So we're just going to add sleep, and let's run this as is. All right, so I guess that is going to kind of take a while, probably longer than I really wanted to. I probably should have put a smaller number than 10 there. But it's got to be 20 seconds so far, right? There we go, 20 seconds, exactly as we would expect. All right, so that was I probably should have done something like 5 seconds. Anyways, so say if you remove this parameter altogether, it's going to just run for two seconds, right? And tell us how long it ran. So here we're basically telling it sleep for 2 seconds, exactly 2 seconds, and then tell us how long it took. So we're measuring something that we specified exactly, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, I did not save that. All right, there we go. This will take 2 seconds. Should take 2 seconds. It's not taking 2 seconds. All right. In any case, that was kind of strange, but I wanna move past this for now. Yeah, that really should only take 2 seconds. All right. So, all right, we can also so this probably works on other systems. You can test how long it takes to run an entire script from the command line. We tested on Linux, should work on Mac OS and BSD. We're about to find out. It'll work totally fine on Mac OS. Let's see, we have time. There we go. So we can confirm this is, well, let's see here. Let's take our script. We're just gonna just so it's doing something. All right, there we go. Now let's say if we want to time this. We can say time. So rather than just saying Python in our script name, we can say time, use the time command. And there we go. So it ran our script and used the time command to tell us how long it took. And it took 2 seconds right here. And you'll notice the syntax of this time command. Basically, it tells us, user time, system time, and total. So let's run this. All right, so user, system, 1%. All right, and yeah, and CPU. All right, so total time there, 2 seconds, right? Use 1% of CPU, I guess. 0.01 second for system time, 0.02 user time. That's how much is running in user space versus the system. And this is what the total came out to. So anyways, that's how you could time some code. Let's try this again with a slightly different value. It's how you can time a whole entire script, right? Without just timing one section of it. And some of this is like operating system overhead and stuff. That's why you have a difference between user and system. All right, so there we go. Python 3 second. All right, so yeah, similar deal. This is overhead here, right? User and system. CPU percentage was just 0% now. I mean, I guess because sleeping doesn't take the once you sleep a little bit longer, And the CPU was really just launching the program and doing context switching and stuff. So yeah, it comes out to 5 seconds. So there you go. You could probably set this to 10 and it would be like 10.0.45, right? So, this being the overhead and this being the time that it's sleeping. All right, so anyways, that's how you would time an entire script that you're running. You could time other commands too from the command line, but that's how you do that. So hopefully you found this interesting. I'm probably going to have to come back and see why this time it function wasn't working properly when I passed sleep to it. That was maybe I'm missing something. If you spotted something that I'm doing wrong that I didn't see, leave a comment down below. And if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, or anything, just leave a comment down below. I want to know what you're thinking. But you might want to give us a thumbs up. You might want to hit that subscribe button because we have way more interesting content than this coming out or already released. Also, we're covering coding in different languages. We're covering servers, Windows, Linux, BSDs, all sorts of things like that. Electronics, Raspberry Pis, 3D printing, networking, all sorts of great tech stuff you're not going to want to miss. So hit that subscribe button and also hit the little bell icon if you don't want to miss videos, because otherwise YouTube's not going to let you know when we come out with a new video. And that's about it for today. So as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys in the next video.